J-O-M-E-D.
Hey, look, not that it's like real awkward or anything, but let me get that image right there. It's time to do a new intro for that show. It's back, the Sunday Triple Crown, time to bet to win. It's me, TPK, the podcast king, Omi D, Jay Whitey, rolling to the crib, and Lapjacks on the wheels of steel, bringing it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bet to win with your favorite trio who loves talking about money and football. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
Hello.
In the
Bark, bark.
building. Woof, woof. In the
Woof,
building. I
woof.
got my beer. Jay Whitey somewhere on the East Coast traversing up a highway, you know, and
It's better for
your
everybody
lap
that
checks.
your face is off here anyway.
Yeah, they're not gonna talk about that. It's the best.
His pretty looks are what bring anybody to
I
the
just
show.
giving y'all a break for the week, okay?
Well, thank God. I mean, somebody had to give us a break for the week because last week things shaped up to be quite ugly. Um,
I
and
thought the Dolphins lost a quarterback, not an entire defense.
yeah, they lost everything.
Jeez, that was brutal.
Bro, the Dolphins are literally leaking oil right now. People are getting injured left and right. Like it's rough.
Oil. I'm pretty sure 3 of the 4 wheels of that vehicle came off.
It's like they definitely need a tow truck right now.
After that, then I thought, okay, they can survive. Tua wasn't all that. I was like, they got a quarterback in there and manage their way through this, right? No problem. They just won't score a whole lot. No. The defense, like, Tua's gone. I'm going.
I don't want to play either. We're leaving.
See ya.
Yeah, it was, bro.
Support, boys.
It was like, and who shows up? The Miami Dolphins. It's like, geez, it was rough. So
yeah, there'll be more on that.
I spent the whole weekend in the doghouse because apparently I jinxed my wife's team.
Hey, look, I told you, you should have stayed away from that game like I stay away from police officers.
I don't know why you pull yourself into that. I mean, you're just asking for a beating. You're like, I know what'll get me in trouble. Let me pick against the team my wife likes. And then,
well, I was totally wrong. I mean, the Giants ended up winning by 7.
And then while I'm talking to Lapjacks about it, he's going to say something smart ass where he didn't think she heard. That's what got him in trouble.
Yeah, here's the whole thing.
Now, you know, she's listening right now, and she's shaking her head. She's like, yep.
Mm-hmm. Look, Amanda, I know you're listening. I told him, you can watch the last show. I was like, are you sure you want to do this and go against the wife? Like, I'm not even a married man, have not been married. Shout outs to all the single ladies. So, what's up?
The only thing I can come to, the only conclusion I come to is that Joey actually did take our advice and picked against his first picks.
Yeah.
He went through and picked and then went against them. So
that's what I did. I'll stick to that. I'll wear that hat.
Yeah. Sounds good.
That's the only reason I went 2-1. Right. Mm-hmm. But I will say that Barkley did, was it 4 or 5 snaps out of the Wildcat, and he had over 100 yards rushing out of the Wildcat. So that was a pretty sweet take on my side. I might say myself.
Look, let's show the people the board. Let's show how we fared out for last week, as we don't want to just solely stay on Jay White's over the pond pick. Like,
shine that sun on the dog.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. Lapjacks told me bad pick on the under of the Minnesota Chicago game. I'm man enough to admit that they definitely showed out, and Minnesota is definitely confused about what they're doing right now in life. Shout outs to Tennessee, Detroit.
Too much into Minnesota on that one.
It was a lot of points.
It was a rivalry game, right?
Yep. That's a rough one. Detroit just shit the bed in Vegas, bro. Like, they just had the best stripper in Vegas there.
I think the Lions did exactly as I thought they would do.
It just took them a minute to get there, and they did it.
They kept the under right where I needed it.
They did it. They totally screwed the pooch. And Jay Whitey ended up being the top dog of the week at 2-1. and that's fine. It's a long season,
Don't
and
call it a comeback, crazy
okay,
mother.
He got
No,
penalized last week, so
let's
it's
let's
kind of straighten
let's
things
whoa
out.
did I
whoa.
sound like Ice Cube right there? I
No,
tried.
you sounded like a guy that's 5 and 10. Exactly what you sounded like.
Oh,
Your look, it might take you years to come back from that. Like, and I talk shit with the greatest of respect because literally I could be looking at 8-10 next week, and you could be looking at 8-10 with the 3-0 roll. But the way Lapjacks is looking over there, I don't think he feels that
I'm
that's
not
going to
planning
happen
on
this week.
I'm not planning on getting to 10 in that middle column there.
No, yeah, this is it. This is the end of it.
So
This is it.
three
Got
and
to
3-0s from here on out. Maybe a couple pushes, maybe one more loss, but 3-0 here on out.
3-0. Okay, so Lapjack said he's going to end up with 10 L's, one tie. I'm going to fight it out.
No.
Wait,
Maybe
hold on. Let's
I'm not getting to 10 on the
look
L's.
before we even
Double digits in L's.
before we get into the season. It's
Joey
6
already
weeks.
got the hat for that one.
It's 6 weeks into the
That's actually
season.
why he got the
it's a
crown.
crown, bitch. Get it right.
Yeah, the cat hat. Are we going to put a bet on this season for what the winner of the season gets, what the winner of the playoffs gets? Are we going to go ahead and do the season
Well,
bet right now? Let's do
yeah,
this.
first
Let's,
off, just yeah.
let's do our usual bet. $50, $50, and a bottle that goes towards a bottle of liquor for the winner. I'm with that.
All right,
Everybody with that?
I'm
Okay.
good with that.
All right. It's based on the record. Whoever has the best record at the end of the season gets
Regular
50
season
bucks
or entire season?
regular season. Because then
Okay.
when the playoffs start, we start all over and we do a whole new thing. So like if you finish like 5-37 or something, you still get to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I think if you end up winning, I think if you win in the regular season and then you win in the postseason as well, that should be pretty much like our triple crown winning thing, right? And then the person needs to double. They get doubled up, right? Everybody's got double up. So
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could literally walk away with $300 at the end of this season.
probably not, but I will walk away with it.
Whoa! Whoa!
But Bazinga.
I might share some of the liquor you give me too, but
It's like, geez. It's like, let's find out where we're hanging out at Lapjack's house. But look, let's get into next week so I can go ahead and start my triumphant reign towards the money. Up first, we've got Jay Whitey with the Chiefs of Kansas City playing the Buffaloes of Bills from the Buffalo area and Kansas City.
it's in New York.
Mhm.
It's in New York.
Upstate.
Not a
Yep,
great.
Buffalo by Niagara Falls. Just
It's a good
on
place.
the New York side. Yeah, that's a good spot.
A little cold, but they're in Kansas City this week. Shout outs to Travis Kelsey last week with the Al Bundy scoring 4 touchdowns in one game. Like that was clutch for him to hit the Twitter with the Al
They
Bundy
had like
picture.
less than 30 yards. It was like 4
Less than 30
touchdowns,
yards,
28 yards or something like
bro.
that.
No, he had 7 yards. I think it was.
He
It was
did,
like
yeah.
7 yards.
His first 3 touchdown catches were like 8 yards total.
Yeah, and then he had like a few bad plays, and then like, oh well, it's like it was ridiculous. Like, yeah, he straight Al Bundy poke high that thing.
No,
Like,
he was like Ironhead Hayward, right? They only
Yeah.
used him inside the 5-yard line. That's basically how it works.
Well, that shit ain't gonna happen this week. I'll tell you that right now. Ain't gonna happen. Von Miller's gonna spend the day in the backfield.
a day.
Mahomes gonna try and pass. He ain't gonna be able to pass. He's gonna try to run. He ain't gonna be able to run.
Mm. Mm.
I'm gonna say Allen for about 350.
Tree fitted.
That not by halftime this time. He's not gonna have 400 yards by halftime like he did last game. But he 350, 3 to 4 touchdowns. I mean, we're talking 55, 60 points total scored in the game. I do think it's gonna be a shootout. I think I know Buffalo's gonna win by at least a touchdown. At least. Maybe even 10.
I don't know what's the
Buffalo's
weather
gonna win by 10 points.
this weekend.
Watch out. Yep. Because I originally thought Kansas City was going to win, and No, I didn't do that. I didn't listen to y'all's advice. Hey, Buffalo all day.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Don't
You're wrong.
sound so enthusiastic.
Yeah,
You
both.
know, I'm
You're
gonna
wrong.
say this. Last time this game was played, it ended in a field goal. That's more than 2.5 points. I think Vegas is being smart, and they know this is going to go down to
This is
someone's balls on the wall, and it's going to be a field
everybody
goal.
wants you to play. This is how they're going to attract. This is how they're attracting their 50-50 bets right here, 2.5. That's what it is, marketing. Remember
Yep.
that. Marketing. Kansas City. But this one, I would have picked for sure. I think we're going to do anyway. And if I was going to take the over-under, I'd probably go with the under because 54 is a lot of points. I don't care which teams they are. And I wouldn't be surprised if this comes out where nobody scores the first half. And then they come out in the second half and they score a total of 48 points, right?
I think the last time they played this game, these dudes put up damn near 100 points.
Well, that's my point, man. That's what everybody's expecting. Right?
So I'm gonna say I would take the over on this, but Jay Whitey's good with the 2.5. Lapjack said take the under. Omi D saying take the over. Look, place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Let's roll to the next game. And we've got the
The
Falcons.
humdinger of the
Excuse
week.
me. We've got the Hawks, the Seahawks, Seattle Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals. Look, Omi D here on the pick. I'm going to have to go with the boy from Texas on this one. We're rolling with Kyler Murray. Seems like Arizona's starting to get their wheels under them. This is a big NFC West rivalry game, but with the spread being at 2.5, I'm going to take the Cardinals because I'm just not really feeling what Seattle's got going on over there right now. I think they're in a rebuilding phase. I think they're going to look to try to get something going next season. They're just kind of rolling with Geno Young right now until they can figure out what they're going to do in the draft. So
If Seahawks in a rebuilding phase, then what is the Cardinals in?
the Cardinals have already rebuilt. They're still rebuilding.
Well,
Like the Seahawks are in the first level. The Cardinals,
Cardinals are in the recoaching phase.
yeah, the Cardinals, like yeah, they're putting together some picks. Larry Fitzgerald took up a lot of space out there. They definitely have some people missing due to some suspensions based on people liking their habits. Shout outs to my partner. I saw him up in the airport when I was hanging out with my boy Jay Whitey. Look, he's a real
You guys are
fine American. Yeah, when we went to Washington, I was there, and
Oh,
there's a,
yeah.
a, a, a prime receiver for the Arizona Cardinals that's suspended was there shopping, getting ready to go somewhere, and I was like, bro, you're all world when it comes to a wide receiver. He was like, appreciate it, pimp. And I was like, hey, shout outs to you, man. So look, he ain't back yet, but I still feel Arizona is where you want to go with the 2.5 on this one because I think they're gonna win and win big in Seattle. Shout outs.
I don't think that. I think Seattle's going to win.
I think you're wrong.
I don't.
It's okay. Jay Whitey, who you got on this one?
I got Zach Ertz going into my DraftKings off the top.
Does that matter?
You're gonna have a big game.
That's about all that matters to me in this game. Maybe some Metcalf, but I'm gonna have to go with Omi D on this one. I
Because
think
I took
Hollywood. Will you shut up, you ball headed fuck? There you go. Hey, for real though, the Metcalf's been doing well. That's about all you can say. Penny had a few highlight games where he did all right running. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with Cardinals. Cardinals are going to start running, going to start throwing the ball all over the field. Hollywood Brown and Kyler are a little more friendly these days. Kyler and Zach Ertz are finding each other out. We're going to have a rookie running back behind Kyler that's going to be looking to show out. So I agree with Omi D on that.
Listen to this game on a radio show somewhere throughout the day, didn't you?
No, I had a lot of windshield time today, and
Exactly. And you listen.
I watched. No, I didn't watch anything. Actually, I was reading stuff when I shouldn't have been reading.
While you're
Well,
driving? What the fuck?
Admit to breaking laws.
Shit.
Brilliant.
No, seriously though. Cross my fingers, hope to die. Stick a needle in your eye, and I didn't.
He didn't read
No,
anything,
no,
but
didn't read anything. No podcast, no nothing. This is
yeah, and
100% me, buddy.
Podcast while you drive. That's not a problem. You can listen to audiobooks while you drive. You just can't read while you're driving. You just can't watch.
Well, I was sitting in my fourth stretch of hour-long traffic. How about that?
there you go. Sometimes you stuck behind a construction Dang.
Ladies and
Well, look,
gentlemen, I told him to pull over and take a break, but he wants to push it through. And when you see his
Push it to
speed,
the limit.
we'll all bow our heads and say, "Peace, Joey."
I hope not. Look, on the under on this one, I would take it.
Uh,
50.5. That would probably be a good bet. Omi D puts his hands up, relax like a big pimp. Take the negative point 2.5 on this one and bet with the Cardinals. Next slide. Yeah. And those punk Vikings.
That's
Yeah. The
right.
Vikings versus the Dolphins at Hard Rock. Lapjacks, what you got for the people?
Well, I'm a bit of a buffoon, some may say, because I just can't seem to stay away. They only lost a quarterback, damn it.
Hopes.
I don't know what happened on Sunday. That was just surprising to me. I'm playing the fact that everybody saw the Vikings handle the Bears, right?
Hmm.
And then it come from behind. And then also these guys just absolutely lose the wagon. I mean, it was, you could tell that it like came unhooked, and the only thing that kept that trailer on the bus were the chains, and that thing was just swinging every which way, driving down the highway. It was a nightmare, man. It was awful. So everybody saw that. That's why I'm going with the +3 again with Miami. I think they can bounce back in their home stadium. What do you boners think?
Look,
nope.
I'm gonna say it like this. I'm taking pictures of myself because I look fly.
You don't, so stop.
I'm single. I got to get on Hinge. I saw this game and I immediately was like, you know, the news would say Minnesota, like you said, because they just were high off the hype, and the Vikings and the Minnesota and Miami was low down because of what happened last week. And according to the Lapjack School of Betting, this is a good pick right here. However, me being the first year out of the Lapjack School of Betting, I was like, I'm not gonna roll with that one. That's risky. We'll let the
It
veteran take that one.
is, but it
And
was gambling. So
yeah, it's called gambling, ladies and gentlemen. But
I'm not. This is a game where I could certainly see Miami end up winning the game outright.
you know why I'm gonna say that? I think the coach, if it comes down to coaching, Miami has the better coach, hands down. And Minnesota can get out coached in this game, and I think Miami's coach realizes that without Tua, he's going to really have to coach, and he's going to really have to make sure that the quarterback or not, he's going to have to get this team anywhere. And so they're at a point now. They got to make some decisions because I honestly don't know how long they're gonna have with Tua after this. But
Tua should retire, man. That dude.
Last I checked, the defense was the ones that got injured in the game, and they're the ones that gave up 41 points to the freaking Jets.
Hey,
Penny and the Jets.
that's all right. What did I tell you? It might not be flat back there anymore, but he's ready to go.
I'm sorry, I was singing.
I'm gonna have to roll. I'm gonna have to roll with Cook and Jefferson and Cousins on this one. Get a little bit back in the wagon last week. Figure out a little bit of things.
The Bears did a really good job
Second half.
holding off. Yeah, well, that's how they play though. They don't. They're very conservative in the first half, and in the second half they let loose. And they're playing. They're usually playing from behind all the time. So I was kind of surprised that the Bears were able to do that. And their number one cornerback was out too. I mean, Jalen Johnson did not play in that game, so you know they watched that Bears game. The Bears showed how you can actually contain him a little bit better than anybody else in the league has done so far. So we'll see if Miami picks that up.
We'll see what they do. 3.5. 3.0. Lapjack saying roll with the Dolphins. Next slide. Let's get this rolling. People ready to win some money. Woo! Tampa Bay. Tom Brady starting to spread his money out around because Giselle's filing for divorce and going against Pittsburgh Steelers. Jay Whitey, what do you have for the people on this game?
Oh, when I first came across, Tampa Bay. I see they're, originally they were getting 8. I think whenever I sent Lapjacks my pick, and it looks like they're getting 9 now. Najee Harris, I don't know where he fell off the wagon. The offensive line, I don't know. You got Kenny Pickett throwing to somebody named Pickens that he was playing catch with and on the practice squad or something like that. Now they're best friends now, and he's catching 100 yards a game. But they're not going to do any of that against Tampa Bay. Fournette, they're just going to hand the ball to Lenny. They got Godwin back. Um, I feel like 2 touchdown win on this one for Mr. Brady. His old Skeletor.
Look,
I
I'm
really
not
don't have
gonna
much else to
deny.
put on that. I think it's a pretty straightforward bet there. They're
Someday,
terrible in Pittsburgh.
someday, that was my
Someone's gonna have his first.
stupid pick alert.
Someone's gonna have his first losing season.
It's a good. JY, you're cutting out a little bit, and it's probably a good thing too, because you're just the nonsense that's coming out of your mouth. It's that horse shit's better off not being heard by the public.
Get him.
The 8 people that may be watching this are all now dumber from listening to you. This
Show
should
him his
not be a
pick.
game
Hit
that
the
would
slide.
win You should not. This game is. I'd stay away from this one. This one seems like an awful trap to me. Just like I said, that Tennessee one seemed awfully strange last week. They just kind of squeaked that one out there.
Woo!
Same thing here, man. Something seems a little fishy. The only reason I think Tampa Bay is getting the 9 points is the public has this high perception of them, and yeah, I'm not gonna do it. So I'm picking up what you're putting down.
There you go. Touchdown. Look,
Anyway, I think it is a dumb game, but I certainly wouldn't have taken Tampa Bay. Maybe go under.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. This game seems like what they would call a trap game for bettors. You're giving Tom Brady 9 points against Mike Tomlinson, home game, Heinz Field. Weather's going to be a little bit choppy, Brady weather, but not the rest of that team. Look, I don't know what everybody thinks is going on in Tampa Bay, but this man is about to lose his wife and his life. So unless Tom is ready to get out of here, I think this is going to go.
Find another hotter, younger model. Give me a.
That's fine. Somebody else to ignore. That's all it is. And she'll be ignored too, and then take half his money. So I would say stay away from this game. If you're a betting person,
he's probably going to take half.
Do not bet on anything dealing with Tom Brady this season. Look, you saw what happened with Tiger Woods when his wife and him split. You saw what happened with Michael Jordan and his wife and him split. You better be aware. This is a trap. It's a trap.
Good thing they got Uncle Lenny in the backfield. They'll be all right.
Well, you better hope he does something wonderful. Next slide, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to win some money. Once again, it's a big rivalry game in the D. The Cowboys versus the Eagles. Look, they're going up to Philadelphia to play the Eagles in that horribly ugly Eagle Green Stadium. The Eagles are on fire right now. Another impressive Texas quarterback Jalen Hurts is having a great season right now. They're 5-0, the only undefeated team in the league. They will remain undefeated, but Omi D is picking show 'em.
Yeah.
Show them who I'm picking. That's it. The Cowboys are going to cover at 6.5. This is a rivalry game. I'm not saying Cooper Rush is the most ridiculous quarterback in the world, but this is a rivalry game. These games always are tight games. I'm going to say they're going to win, but it's going to be a tight game. That Cowboys defense is still ridiculous. Michael Parsons is still ridiculous. They're going to keep it tight. I think this game is going to be a 4-3-point game.
They've been playing garbage teams. Let's see how they play against a team who can actually score.
Look, let's see what they're gonna do. Like I said, 6.5.
Because it's a rivalry game, I would assume it's gonna stay close. That's just how it is. This is still the NFC East. The Eagles are gonna end up at some point 6-6 this season. So let's not forget that.
Yep.
Listen to me carefully. I would take the Cowboys in this one, but only because it's a rivalry game. Only because it's a rivalry game. And listen here. I'll take the Cowboys, but they will lose. I'm picking the Cowboys, but they will lose the game.
Yeah, like I say they're gonna keep it close. They ain't gonna lose that bad. Like I said, it's gonna be an L. It's gonna be the end of Cooper Rush.
I don't like that choice either. It was very hard for me to choose. It was all the way up until this point. It took me to make that decision.
Yeah. Shout out to the cover. Jay Whitey, My bad.
I'm gonna agree. I agree 100% with y'all. I have nothing else to add. Y'all said it all.
Trillness.
It's
Shout
gonna
outs.
be close. Yep.
No,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say shout outs to the Carolina Panthers looking for a new head coach and a new quarterback. Baker Mayfield definitely shit the bed in Vegas, but he's injured now, and Matt Rome is out, and they are taking on the LA Rams. It looks like in a beautiful stadium in LA. Shout outs to SoFi.
Yes,
Inglewood always up to no good.
it's an open stadium. It's not enclosed, man. There's no walls on that thing. It's just
No,
a drape over top of it.
that's what it is. Good weather out there in San Diego.
It rains.
Like I said, out there in
It
LA,
is
California.
covered
Inglewood.
though, but it's like this like translucent material that lets all the sunlight. It's crazy. It's pretty cool.
It's saran wrap. It's okay.
Yes, yeah, I'd love to see that one.
Yeah.
10 points, man. 10 points. It's a lot.
That is a huge
That's
spread.
a
10
lot.
points.
I'm assuming man. That's even considering how bad the Rams played last week, and they lost to this. I can't remember the shitty ass team they lost to, but I know it was the Cowboys. but I'm gonna take a beating for that one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But uh, but 10 points is a lot, man.
It
And
is a lot. That's a big spread.
they lost their head coach, and they've got a mess going on back there. So I'm gonna go with all the negative views again, and I think it's gonna be the Panthers. And yeah, 10 points. That's a lot of points, and I haven't seen a Rams team that can put up 10 points.
Look, I'm going to say last week the Cowboys defense had Stafford looking like he was back in a high school football game against a team that he didn't want to
Dude,
play
that
anymore.
was
He
brutal.
looked. It was.
I
The,
thought I was watching the Lions play back when I was having flashbacks when he played for Lions. It was awful.
the only thing I've ever seen that was worse than that was the game where Baltimore is when Ray Lewis was still playing for Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh had no offensive line. I mean, it was just like every play they were just teeing off on Ben Roethlisberger. It was like watching hyenas go after like a hand, like a broke leg, like gazelle that was like a baby. It was just sad to watch. And it wasn't that bad last week with the Cowboys, but it was pretty bad what the Cowboys defense did. Cowboys defense is way better than the Carolina Panthers defense. uh, 10 points is a huge spread on this one, and 42 points is a decent spread to try to cover an over and under. But man, this game scares me like Halloween and the Michael Jackson Thriller video. Because the 10-point spread, like it scares me. So I'm staying away from this. I'm gonna fade that one out, and I'm not gonna make a pick on. I'm gonna plead the fifth and just see what Jay Whitey has to say about that.
Lap's wrong.
Oh,
That's yeah. Who are they going to throw to? They're going to throw DJ Moore. I think Ramsey's going to decide he wants to cover somebody. If PJ Walker, I don't know. They're going to do the. Is McCaffrey going to be coming from Wildcat this game? I don't know. But who's going to coach him? Right? McCaffrey ain't going to make it through the first half if they put him back there.
Oh, you guys make it seem like losing a head coach in this football season is a terrible thing these days. They've got their programs. Nothing's going to change, right? They'll just shift the responsibilities up, and that'll be it, right? The offensive coordinator or the defensive coordinator is probably, I don't know who's taking over, but one of them is most likely the one who'll take over, right?
yeah.
And that'll be the way it goes the rest of the year. The offense will stay the same. The defense will stay the same. The only thing that's going to change is how things get managed, outside of the things we see, right? What we don't see. So, yeah, no, I'm going. Yeah, you guys are dumb.
Whoa.
Carolina!
Next slide. Up
Number
next,
one
it's
defense.
San Francisco 49ers versus the Falcons of Atlanta. It looks to be in Atlanta. Jay Whitey and Old Me D picking the same picks. Jay Whitey, who you got? Tell them why you got before they show.
I'm rolling with them Niners, baby. Number one defense. They did the dang thing for me last week. They're going to continue to do the dang thing. They're going to be doing it indoors in Atlanta. Number one rush defense. Atlanta's got a decent run offense, but it's not something that's going to. I'm pretty sure Cordell Patterson's still out. So they're. You might as well go and stick a fork in them boys. They're done till he comes back, and they'll end the season at I don't know what 7-10, 6-11.
Who
Falcons are
knows?
horrible.
They're Atlanta. They got Marcus Mariota's quarterback. San Francisco, like Lapjack just said, they got the program. They're still rolling. Debo's out there being Debo. They're going to go to ATL, have a good time. San Fran 49ers big in Atlanta. Take this one, baby. Let's go.
Under. Go the under. Go the under. Under.
Hit the button. Hit the button. Show them what I said.
Hit the under.
Yeah. Go
Go the
49ers. Little known fact, the 49ers, when I was first
No,
learning
no.
about football, this is a little known fact. When I was first learning about football, the 49ers were the first
Of
team
course it is.
that
It's about you.
yeah, of course, that's why it's important. Everybody wants to know that because I'm great. The 49ers were the first team that I actually thought was pretty cool. Shout outs to Joe Montana and Jerry Rice and those boys that were getting it in for the 49ers. It's not the same squad, but they're going to beat the crap out of them. Let's go. Bet big. OMD 3-0 this week. What we got next slide? Oh, it's the Jets at the Green Bay Packers. You guys took a lot of games today that I was a little bit cautious on betting on, but Lapjacks, let's hear what you got to
I don't
go.
know why you would be cautious on this one. This one fits the mold perfectly. The Packers blew it in England. I mean, just blew it to the Giants.
Across the pond.
They should have run away with it. They just quit playing there. And the Jets did something that nobody was expecting to do. So, and they put up 40 points. So I'm going with the fact that they're playing in Lambeau. So my hometown is in northern Illinois, and some of my friends that still live back there, they said it was snowing there today.
Jesus.
Hey,
When I looked at the weather, it said it was 45. So I don't know, but they said
Snow.
snowing. So
Snow in Chicago.
it's gonna be cold up there in Green Bay, and you know how Green Bay plays when it's cold out in their stadium. I think Jets ain't gonna. No, they're gonna get put in their place.
nope.
Nope.
Did
Look,
you hear?
this-
Nope.
Obviously, you're not home yet because you.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
I'm gonna
I
plead
guess
the fifth on this one. That's my one and only statement is nope.
you said nope, and you plead the fifth. Look, I look. 2 weekends in a doghouse is not bad for a lot of people, but it's probably gonna be bad for Jay Whitey. Lapjacks, hit the button. Show the people what you're picking.
people, what I'm taking, it's gonna be this one. I
This
made
is
it all
a game-
automatic now, so it's a lot easier to forget to hit buttons.
It's okay.
I want to mention something too before I forget. It's just about halftime in that blazing offensive show up that they got going on here on Amazon. There was a bet for 45 plus 4,500, so 45 to 1, that there would be no touchdowns scored in this game. And I said, take it. And to this point, Fields is broken apparently on the field, and we have not scored a touchdown yet. There has been one field goal. So
It's 3 points in this game.
3-0. Yes.
Who are they playing?
It's the Washington football team.
Oh God.
Yeah. It's an offensive thriller.
The humdinger.
Hopefully we should be able to keep people watching because that thing is some boring. I got a total of 13.48 points in my fantasy team so
Look,
far.
I hope the Joes storm
And
the
then-
field and take the Commanders.
That scored.
Like the Joes have to take the Cobra Commanders, like anything in that game. I'm gonna take in this game. I'm gonna have to roll with Benny and the Jets. Like this just seems like the weirdest game. Like,
That's just because it's two white and green helmets.
yeah, it is. It's the weirdest game. But like, Amanda, you know I love you, and this has nothing to do with like how much I adore you as a person. This is just
Then
all,
say it. Then
it's
you
all
got
about the money.
disclaimer.
That shit don't work. You still go in the doghouse.
Hold
Hold on. I can't be in a doghouse because I don't live there. So I'm taking the Jets on this one to cover that 7. It's weird watching what I'm considering 3 swan songs in the NFL right now. Rodgers, Brady, and Belichick. This might be the end of it. And a lot of these guys should have probably gone out when they were on top instead of trying to push it to the end and kind of going out like, oh, yeah, well, he sucked this last season.
You need to throw your disclaimer out there and say, look, Amanda, the Packer will win, but the Jets will cover. That's what you got to.
Amanda, the Packers will win, but the Jets will cover. Pack win by 4 points. I don't know how
I said that last week too about the Giants, and that didn't work.
Well, no. I said the Packers will win.
Married to her, dummy.
Yeah, the Pack will win. Go Pack but the Jets will cover that 7 points. So that's what I got on that.
They're both wrong. Packers gonna win by like 23.
Okay, 20. Jesus Christ.
I know
Okay.
it's gonna be a weird number,
It's
but
gonna be a weird number. Great. So
first one that
let's
came to my head, all that talk about Michael Jordan and his ex-wife.
Brees Hall's gonna go for 150.
oh here you
Oh,
go.
Jesus, come on now.
Let's go to the next slide before he gets to talk crazy. How
It
far are you away from home before you get into the doghouse?
About 40 minutes.
40 minutes. Yeah, 40 minutes and he'll be sleeping in the truck. So
I told you
look,
just to stay in the hotel.
there you go. You should have just stayed one extra night and drove home in the morning. Um, all right. So these are the picks, ladies and gentlemen. This is the point where you write down all of what is Dallas plus 65. Jesus, what's
The
going
hell?
Ah, where are you
How
at on that one, Smalls?
did you just now? How did you just? I asked you. I said, don't wait till the end of the show to point something out that's wrong. Wait till the last slide to point out something that's wrong.
well, it's
Granted,
the
it's only
last slide.
one slide, but still,
It's
and
okay. I don't.
it's just missing a decimal.
It's missing a decimal. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want you to know I'm not taking Dallas plus 65. I'm taking Dallas in the plus 6.5 because this is where people go to figure out exactly what they're going to do with their money. It's
If
plus
you're not
6.5.
taking Dallas plus 65, you are a retard.
Yeah, he's just half is
You
that
do
way.
not know how to manage your money well at all.
So look, these picks look enticing. The San Francisco pick looks good. That Buffalo pick, Jay Whitey, I'm kind of nervous. And that Tampa Bay, you might go 1-2 this week.
Look, Jay Whitey took 3 road teams that are favored.
Damn
Yep.
right I did.
I just don't see that turning out well for you.
At home. Yeah, this is going to be rough.
They're not at home. They're on the road. Every one
No,
of those is on the road. So I
no,
don't know.
he's at home, and he picked Tampa Bay. So, and he picked Green Bay last week, and then he just pleaded the fifth and said nope. So he's in trouble, is what I'm saying. And I'm
Yeah.
just recapping in case Amanda watches the end of the show to see where she needs to put her money, and so she remembers that he's in a doghouse. I will be sure to text her tomorrow and tell her to watch the show. I might even clip this part out so she gets it in Instagram. I might clip this and make this the Instagram commercial. So, but that's it. This is where you place your money, ladies and gentlemen. Win big, play big, have fun. Week 6 NFL
Triple Crown.
Sunday
Last
Triple
guy's
Crown. 3-0. All right, somebody's gonna go 3-0. Like I said, now y'all know the official money is out there. The winner of the regular season and even the postseason will receive lots of money. Be sure to come hang out with me and all my liquor and all the good stuff. Y'all got any shout outs y'all want to give to anybody before we roll up out of this bad boy? Sounds like a no to me. Anyway,
Shout out to Omar's sister.
Thanks if
oh,
what's that?
he said, shout out to my sister. Oh, shout out to you sleeping on the couch tonight. Hey,
Hey.
hope you got permission to look at
Anybody watching
OnlyFans.
out there, thank you.
Oh yeah, we love you. There's only one reason that we do this show.
Go watch
and
that
it's
boring
because-
ass Bears game.
Yeah. What's the next slide? Hey, Sunday Triple Crown. Make sure you send me that image so I can make this outro even better.
DJ Omi D.